Ancient civilizations have left many artifacts that we have not yet discovered. Archaeologists come across surprising finds from time to time. However, sometimes it is ordinary people who make these discoveries. In today's episode, we will introduce you to the surprising discoveries made by these people. I invite you to see it. Number 1. The discovery in a cherry orchard in Switzerland. In 2015, 4,166 bronze and silver coins that had been buried about 1,700 years ago were discovered in a cherry orchard in Switzerland. The coins weighed 15 kilograms. A local farmer found them when he saw something shiny in a mound of dirt. A few months earlier, a Roman settlement had been discovered in a nearby village, so the farmer thought the coins might be related to it and contacted the Archaeological Service. The local Archaeological Service recognized this treasure as the largest coin find in Swiss history. Some coins date from the year 274 AD. C. During the reign of Emperor Aurelian, and others from the year 294 AD. C. Under the reign of Emperor Maximian. Swiss archaeologist George Motter, who worked on the excavations, said that what they found in the first 3 days exceeded their wildest expectations. Number 2. A rare gold coin in Galilee. In March 2016, Lori Ramon saw something bright while on a hike with friends in Galilee. It was a coin with the image of Emperor Augustus, which is about 2,000 years old. The coin was minted in the year 107 AD. C. After the destruction of the Temple of Jerusalem by the Romans, by Emperor Trajan, as part of a series that commemorated his predecessors. Augustus ruled from 27 BC. C. until 14 DC, and after his death he was recognized as a deity. In fact, the coin shows him as Divine Augustus. This coin is extremely rare. There is only one similar one in the whole world. Ryman, who lives on a kibbutz in northern Israel, gave the coin to the Israel Antiquities Authority. No one knows how he ended up in eastern Galilee. In its time, it was too valuable to be used in everyday transactions, as if today you paid with a $100 bill for a soda. It is believed that it may have been part of a larger collection, but no other coins have been found in the area. Number 3. Viking coins in Belfast. In May 2016, treasure hunter Brian Morton discovered 2 extremely rare Viking silver coins near Newcastle Castle in Ireland. This was the first find of its kind in Northern Ireland, apart from a few coins found elsewhere on the island. Morton was searching with his metal detector without looking for anything in particular when he found the coins. These coins circulated in the Isle of Man and possibly Scotland in the 11th century. They contain 93% silver. It is thought that they may have arrived in the area due to the Viking invasion at the nearby Mahara Monastery, or perhaps as a result of trade or the Isle of Man's strategic connection with southeast Ulster. A former museum curator in Ulster speculates that someone passing by may have dropped the coins, which seems more likely than the intentional burial theory. Before the Viking invasion, silver was the main currency in Ireland. The coins were sent to the British Museum for an independent valuation, and the money from their auction will be split between Morton and the owner of the land where they were found. Number 4. A huge treasure in Spain. In April 2016, construction workers in the Andalusian town of Tomars, in the province of Seville, discovered 19 amphoras containing Roman bronze coins. An amphora is a type of Roman jug. Workers found the treasure while digging trenches to install electrical wiring in a park. The coins weighed more than 590 kilograms and date from the 3rd century AD. C. The size of the find is spectacular. Ana Navarro, director of the Archaeological Museum of Seville, mentioned that each amphora weighed so much that a single person could not move it. 10 jugs were broken while digging the trenches. The preliminary hypothesis is that the coins would be used to pay taxes to the Roman Empire. All of the coins were in excellent condition, having been recently minted before being buried, and were never in circulation. Precautions were taken to check for other hidden treasures in the area before resuming work. Number 5. The Saddle Ridge Treasure. In 2014 in California, a couple walking their dog on her property noticed a rusty can sticking out of a hill. They dug her up with a stick and took her home. As they returned to the hill, they found more cans, but what was interesting was not the history of the cans, but what they contained. Inside were gold coins dating from 1847 to 1894, with a total value of $11 million. A single coin was valued at $15,000, and another at $1 million due to its rarity. The collection contained $5, $10, and $20 gold coins, which were banned in California until the 1870s, making coins from before that time extremely valuable. Most of the coins were in perfect condition, as they were apparently buried just after being minted at the mint. The numismatist in charge of the sale commented that most of them were minted at the San Francisco Mint. Although it is not clear who hid the coins or how they got to that property, there are several theories. Some suggest that the coins belonged to famous criminals such as Black Bart or Jesse James, but none of these theories have been confirmed. Number 6. Cosmic Coins. During the renovation of a house in Egypt, a set of coins was found showing an alien head and a spaceship. One of the coins shows a bald head with huge eyes, looking like an alien. On the back of one of them, there is an inscription in Latin that says, "Here in good weather." This has led some people to believe that the coins are evidence that aliens visited Earth thousands of years ago. However, questions arise such as, if aliens made these coins, why would they speak to the ancient Egyptians in Latin? For others, these mysterious coins are simply an attempt to discredit the story of alleged alien contacts. The letters surrounding the alien head appear to be written in Greek. Additionally, a 17th century French counting token, which also has a spherical shape, resembles a flying saucer, which has led some to compare it to the biblical Wheel of Ezekiel, believing that this biblical story describes an encounter with UFOs. Although many are skeptical, other theories suggest that some of these coins could be examples of nickel hobos, a phenomenon in which artists modified common coins with unusual designs. In the mid-18th century, people began to modify the images on coins made of soft metals. Amateurs in the United States recorded, for example, a woman sitting on a toilet. The most popular coin for these modifications was the Buffalo copper coin. People, especially vagabonds with a lot of time on their hands while traveling by train, often used these coins to make creative prints. Number 7. Hoxton's Hoard. In November 1992, a missing hammer led to a discovery that would stun historians and treasure hunters in the town of Hoxton, Suffolk, England. A man named Derek Laws was using his metal detector to find a friend's lost hammer. However, instead of the hammer, Laws unearthed something much more valuable: Hoxton's treasure. It wasn't just a handful of coins or a couple of rusty artifacts. The Hoxton hoard is a huge collection of more than 15,000 Roman gold and silver coins, jewelry and silver tableware. It is one of the largest and most valuable Roman treasures ever discovered in Britain. The sheer quantity and quality of the items found in the hoard are astonishing. The treasure, dating from the late 4th or early 5th century AD, is believed to have been buried for safekeeping, possibly during political instability and social change as the Roman Empire declined. The treasure includes intricately designed bracelets, rings, spoons, and even pepper shakers, showing the high level of craftsmanship during Roman times. The discovery of the Hoxton treasure not only enriched our understanding of Roman Britain, but also changed the laws of treasure hunting in England. Their discovery led to the passage of the Treasury Act of 1996, which allowed such discoveries to be more systematically reported and catalogued. The hoard, now housed in the British Museum, serves as a dazzling window to the past, revealing the wealth, art, and daily life of Romans in Britain. It is a striking reminder of the treasures that can be hidden, waiting to be rediscovered, even in the most ordinary places, like the mud of a Suffolk field. Number 8. The Staffordshire Treasury. Finding a hidden treasure in your backyard is a dream, but for one lucky metal detectorist in Staffordshire, England, this dream came true in 2009. But this was not just any find, it was the Staffordshire Treasure, the largest collection of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver metalwork ever found. I'm talking more than 3,500 items, including war gear and ornate religious artifacts, making it a literal gold mine for historians and treasure hunters. Now, let's talk about luck. Finding a coin or two is one thing, but unearthing a treasure of this magnitude is like winning the all-time jackpot. The Staffordshire hoard offers an unprecedented insight into Anglo-Saxon art and craft, with its intricate designs and detailed workmanship. This discovery is not only significant, but also a historical game-changer. But, here comes the question, when you find a treasure of immense historical value, who can claim it? The prospector, the landowner, the museums? It's like finding a winning lottery ticket on the sidewalk. Unsurprisingly, the Staffordshire hoard sparked considerable debate and negotiation over ownership and value. Ultimately, the treasure was valued at a whopping £3.285 million, divided between the finder and the owner. And what happens next? Museums across the country scrambled to raise funds to acquire this treasure, ensuring it could be studied and displayed to the public. The hoard now resides in several museums, including the Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery and the Ceramics Museum and Art Gallery in Stoke-on-Trent. Number 9. In the small Brazilian town of Pindoba, a remarkable discovery has left the local community and the world in awe. An emerald weighing 363 kilos and 1.30 meters high was unearthed deep in the Carnaíba mine, located in the state of Bahia, known for its rich gem deposits. Experts believe this massive gem contains approximately 180,000 carats of emerald crystals and is estimated to be worth a staggering $33 million. Even though the mine is known for its gem deposits, the discovery of such a large emerald is still considered extremely rare due to its size and quality. Unlike typical emeralds used in jewelry, this rock-sized specimen is valued more as a collector's item than the usual gems that are cut into pieces to be used in jewelry. Experts suggest it would make a stunning piece on display in a museum or in the lobby of a luxury property. The owner who discovered this emerald chose to hide his identity and remain anonymous, fearing for the safety of himself and his family. In fact, they also kept the location of the gem a secret, moving it between safe locations under tight security. Well, if I too discovered a gem worth more than a dozen pieces of high-value real estate, I would also make sure it wasn't stolen or discovered by anyone else. Number 10. In 1952, a Scottish boy digging to plant potatoes as punishment tripped on the head of a nearly 4,000-year-old red sandstone statue at Maud House in Fife. This discovery was only the first in a series of finds that spanned 3 decades, unearthing a total of 18 Egyptian artifacts, including bronze figurines and ceramic plaques. The artifacts, dating from the mid-12th dynasty to the Ptolemaic period, around 1922 BC, include notable items such as a bronze figurine of the god Apis and a faience figurine of the goddess Isis nursing Horus. This discovery baffled archaeologists. After all, how did ancient Egyptian artifacts end up buried in Scottish soil? It wasn't until recently that archaeologists finally discovered the secret. Today, experts believe that Alexander Henry Rhind, known as Lord Balgony, probably brought these artifacts to Scotland. Balgani traveled to Egypt in the 19th century, when it was common for wealthy travelers to buy antiques. Upon his return, the collection was stored and eventually forgotten, possibly moved to a building that was later demolished, burying the artifacts with it. With this, the decades-long mystery of the Egyptian statues finally came to an end. Today, the artifacts are housed in the National Museum of Scotland, where they continue to be appreciated by visitors and locals. Number 11. While digging a well, a local farmer named Mr. Shang stumbled upon something unexpected. Instead of water, he found an underground cavern. After further digging, he discovered a natural karst cave adorned with stalactites and stalagmites that had formed over thousands of years. This cavern was discovered in his own backyard, about 20 meters underground. What was amazing about this discovery was not just the cavern itself, but the unique features within it, which seemed almost magical. Some compared these formations to lotus flowers, while others described them as figures of elves. However, this type of find is not entirely unheard of in the region. The locals of Ya County were known for digging their own wells, and sometimes found natural limestone caves in doing so. According to official records, similar caverns have been discovered in the area, some reaching up to 25 meters long. Although not common in central China, where Lord Shang resides, these karst caves remain a fascinating phenomenon. They are formed by the dissolution of soluble rocks such as limestone, dolomite, and gypsum, creating underground landscapes of impressive beauty. Number 12. The oldest star map in the world. Imagine coming across an object so ancient and unique that it changes our understanding of early astronomy. That's exactly what happened in 1999, in a muddy field near the town of Nebra, Germany. There, treasure hunters found a bronze disc about 30 centimeters in diameter, adorned with gold leaf symbols. This discovery became known as the Nebra celestial disk, and dates back to approximately 1600 BC. This disk is not only a masterpiece of the Bronze Age, but also functions as an astronomical chart. The gold symbols represent the sun, moon, stars, and even a celestial phenomenon, possibly a solar eclipse or full moon. Its discovery was like finding a missing piece in the puzzle of the history of astronomy. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The disc was initially sold on the black market, circulating illicitly before authorities caught wind, leading to its recovery and subsequent study by legitimate archaeologists. Recent research reveals that perhaps we should give our ancestors more credit. It seems that complex astronomical understanding was not exclusive to later cultures such as the Greek or Babylonian. After all, this disk is evidence that the people of Bronze Age Europe had a sophisticated understanding of celestial events much earlier than many had assumed. Number 13. Amber whale. Although vomiting is common on many occasions, when it comes to whales, the story is different. Whale vomit can be extremely valuable. In September 2021, a fisherman discovered a package of ambergris, also known as whale vomit, on a beach in southern Thailand. This ambergris is a rare and valuable substance used in luxury perfumes. The package found by the fisherman weighed 30 kilos and was worth more than $1 million, which changed his life. Ambergris is formed in the digestive system of whales as a response to the sharp beaks of the squid they eat. It can float in the ocean for years before reaching beaches, where it takes on a unique scent due to exposure to the sun and salt water, making it highly desired by perfume sellers. Although its exact value is difficult to determine, ambergris is considered one of the most expensive things in the world, with prices ranging from a few hundred to thousands of dollars per gram.